At this point, everyone has played Counter-Strike or at least heard about it. It's popular to the point where some people in the Amazon forest probably heard about the game. But because I'm broke, and I never owned a PC until recently, the thought of playing Counter-Strike never even crossed my mind. But when I finally played it, I loved every single minute of my time. Just kidding, I fucking hated it. I thought everyone was way too good at the game, and it instantly turned me off. I later learned those people are called cheaters. You see, what I didn't know is that it's normal for people who didn't buy Prime to face cheater pretty much every match. I didn't know that Prime and non-Prime player played on different lobbies. So I just thought the game was garbage, and I left the game to collect dust on my desktop for months. But then, while binging YouTube videos, I stumbled on a gold mine. That gold mine was Counter-Strike YouTubers.
And Dick Pattern Huntsman! Dick Pattern Huntsman! That's the code Pattern Huntsman! Oh my god, I want to be there right now. Oh, Iceland sucked me dry.
I was instantly hooked. It's like my third eye opened and I finally understood what the hype was all about. I finally understood why 1 trillion people was playing this game every day, and I started behaving like a crack addict. Every single CS video that was recommended to me, I watched it. I watched everything from the best plays from Simple to streamers losing thousands of bucks.
Suck!
Yes!
I saw it!
Bring it back!
Titan!
Bring it back, Titan Hollow, Titan Hollow!
Run!
You have to be joking!
Run!
Wow!
But most importantly, I opened up Counter-Strike again, and this time it was different. Because this time I tried gambling. Seriously though, this time the main difference is that I had a big desire to improve and get better. I was still getting shit on, but it just made every moment where I performed well so much more satisfying. Counter-Strike is a very rewarding game to get good at, and I think it's also one of the reasons why it's so addictive. There's something about learning the AK spray pattern and learning every map by heart that just feels right. Honestly, it's kinda hard, to explain. Also, one thing that really blew me away when I first started playing CS was the marketplace. The fact that every skin has a real value and can be sold for real money is one of the most awesome things I've ever seen in a video game. It's such a genius move, and it's kind of a head scratcher that almost no game developers other than Valve implemented that feature. It's good for the consumer because if you just play the game you can make a profit, and it's good for the company because some people will put thousands of dollars into the game just to get a particular gem pattern. The obvious downside is that some people spend their life savings on the game, but at the end of the day, can we really blame Valve for having the most fun monetization system ever made? One thing I also didn't expect is how crisp the gameplay is. If you got erectile dysfunction, just get a headshot in this game and I promise you'll be back on track. The snipers feel powerful, the AK has a fuck ton of recoil, but you can one-shot people if you aim for the head, so it kind of balances itself. The SMG lets you spray and pray while moving, which give you a big mobility advantage. Even the pistol feel good to use. In the gameplay department, it's simply one of the best games I've ever played, to be honest. I don't know how objective or, respectable that opinion is, but that's just how I feel. I know the Counter-Strike OGs are hating on Counter-Strike 2 right now, but honestly I'm kind of glad I didn't have to wait a decade for Gabe to release Counter-Strike 2, and from a new perspective, Counter-Strike 2 just feels like CSGO but better in every way. Except, where the fuck is Gun Game, Gabriel? I'm aware that modes like Gun Game or Danger Zone aren't essential or something, but I really got confused when I wanted to relax after a game of comp and almost all of the little fun mini games were missing. I think it's just because they didn't have time to work on every single map that were exclusive to these modes, and honestly, who gives a fuck about Gun Game when you got a ranked mode that slaps that hard? Usually I don't really like ranked modes because in most cases you just get paired with sweat lords, but the Counter-Strike gameplay feels perfect for ranked. Every single crosshair placement, every single shot, and even your money management is important. And I gotta say, it was really overwhelming at first, not gonna lie, but the feeling when you start to improve and get more kills is almost undescribable, to be honest. I'm currently unranked at the moment of recording this video because my dumbass didn't know that each map had their own rank, so I just played every single map without, ever ranking up. But I think that it's a way better system than the one we had in CSGO, to be honest. Overall, starting to play Counter-Strike in 2023 is tough because the skill level is so high, and if you don't buy Prime, well, you're kind of fucked. And if you are a Valorant player and you're thinking about switching to CS, just know that the game is way harder, but the community won't be filled with cringe-ass anime e-girls. Instead, you will play against angry Russians.
Пошел нахуй, даун ебаный, ебал, блядь, свинью пидорасов, сука, блядь!
It's simply the best FPS game available at the moment, and I don't think a single shooter game is even remotely close to CS in terms of gameplay. The culture and the lore around the game is so deep and interesting, and I know this might be a hot take, but I think that even opening cases is really fun. It's a breath of fresh air from all the other mid AAA shooters, and it's truly one of the all-time games. 9 out of 10.